This show is part of the RetroZap.com podcast network.
This is what you can look forward to on episode 109 of Skywalking Through Neverland.
Well, what they can look forward to is a day off at Disneyland with us.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
Hello, Skywalkers.
Listen!
Off to Neverland!
I only hope that we never lose sight of one thing, that it was all started by a mouse.
You are skywalking through Neverland.
Hey, Skywalkers! Like we just said, Sarah and I are taking the day off and we're going to Disneyland. But we're taking you with us.
That's right, and thank you once again for coming back to Skywalking Through Neverland. And of course, thank you for joining us on RetroZap.com, where we are now part of the new RetroZap Resistance team. And there's some fun podcasts there on RetroZap.com, and there's also some awesome blog posts on there covering all kinds of fandom. Mostly Star Wars, of course.
This week, I just posted a blog that should be up right when this podcast goes out about the 19th anniversary of the Star Wars Special Editions. Like them or not, I love them and I want to celebrate them. But today, Sarah, we are off to Disneyland. This is a beautiful day in Southern California. It's sunny, but a nice crisp in the air. And we're going to do most of our recording over there. However, we did do a recording last week where we talked with our good friends Bryce and Carly Yelverton.
Yeah, and what did we talk about?
They just visited Skellig Michael.
Oh.
That is the island in Ireland that doubled for the planet of Octu, where we found Luke Skywalker at the end of The Force Awakens.
Yeah, and man, what a story. And it's hard to get there. Like, just the story of trying to get to the island, like, you're taking your life in your hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's just amazing.
All right. We're on a good pace, and now the crossing guard's making everyone stop.
Uh-oh, must be time for school.
We also have Skywalking on TV, where we get to hear Ewan McGregor talk about recreating his role as Obi-Wan for The Force Awakens.
Wow.
And a special press release about an upcoming Disney Harrison Ford special.
Yeah, and today while we're recording, Disneyland just released these new AP days, so annual pass holder days, all throughout February. So each week there's going to be a different theme. So that's what we're exploring today, and you'll hear a bit of that as well.
I know the Trials of the Temple opened up 2 months ago now.
Right.
And that's where they updated their Jedi Training Academy.
Mm-hmm.
So now they've added the Seventh Sister.
Yeah, so that's not part of AP days, but that's just new, and we haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, it's been too long, so we figured today, let's just take the Skywalkers with us and go see the Seventh Sister. And I'm so glad they're finally adding Rebels into Disneyland.
Yeah.
And hopefully we're going to go and see Kylo Ren.
Yeah, hopefully he's there meeting and greeting.
Cannot wait for that. So we figured we'd pull double duty here, take the day off, go to Disneyland, see all this new stuff we haven't seen, and take you guys with us.
Yep.
Now, we are recording this on February the 2nd, 2016.
Yes, and we want to thank you, everyone, for supporting the show throughout all of social media. If you're listening now, you're officially a Skywalker. And if you tweet at us, which we love all the time, that's at SkywalkingPod, you are a tweet walker. So thank you for joining us. And you know what, Richard? We never introduced ourselves.
You know what? I'm just so excited about getting on the road. I love doing these road trips. Well, as everyone knows, hopefully, this is Richard, and sitting in the passenger seat is my sweetie wife, Ray. Oh, that's sweetie wife, Ray.
Well, I mean, I'm Ray bounding.
Because you are Ray bounding today. You got your Ray outfit on.
I'm Disney bounding, which means, if you don't know that term, that means you loosely wear the colors of the character, or you do a nod to the character.
So right now you have the Ray belt on.
Yes,
you have the Ray cuff.
Uh-huh. And I also have my Ray pants, but instead of my Ray
the sashes,
what I'm wearing is a white shirt. It's actually a Run Disney shirt, but I'm covering it with scarves.
So
Scarves
it's
that
safe
are
to say
pretty.
any Star Wars fan who does see
Yes.
you will know exactly what you are.
And the telltale sign is my buns.
The 3 buns, yes.
My Ray buns.
Yes. And in contrast,
Yes.
I'm going to be bounding as Ray Finn.
Yeah.
Ray Finn. I'm going to be bounding as Poe Finn.
Yes.
So I'm going to be wearing the jacket you and your parents had gotten me for my birthday last weekend, or 2 weekends ago now.
And you have a black shirt on.
Yep,
so,
the Force Awakens
yep.
shirt, and I'll be wearing my new jacket.
Uh-huh.
Love this jacket.
Love it. It's so sexy.
All right, now, everyone, we want to thank you once again for all your great comments and for tuning in to last week's Classic Marvel Star Wars Comics with Randy Martinez.
Yes. We hope everyone enjoyed that spin-off show. And look for a new episode every month. And in that show, if you haven't heard it yet, you might want to go there because there's something starting there that might make its way all the way through the Run Disney Star Wars Half Marathon Dark Side in April, which is Richard as Crimson Jack.
Yeah, so to give anyone a background on this who hadn't tuned in yet, what we do is we look at all the Marvel comics from the 70s and 80s and we break them down with artist Randy Martinez to get a full scope of the issue. And there's one character named Crimson Jack. He how would you explain Crimson Jack's attire?
He has basically a unitard on that it's black and it's muscled. So it's like a what do you call that?
It's legless.
It's legless. Like literally, he's showing all his leg. Not a lot of leg, all of it.
Yeah. So it's no arms, no legs, just one solid piece covering the torso and the crotch area.
Yeah, and the torso area has a it's armored. What is that called?
Well, I don't think it's armored. It's more of his rippling abs.
Okay, well,
so I need to do a sit-up or two.
He looks armored to me, and then he's got these almost wings on his shoulders, like it's like a Batman armored chest piece
like
that doesn't have any arms on it. So,
right.
So yeah,
he's got those 80s shoulder pads.
Yeah. And his arms are bare too. So the arms and legs are bare.
Yeah, and he's got his full head of red hair and a big red beard.
Yeah.
So last week, Randy joyfully said, "Richard, you should wear that for the Disney half marathon in Florida."
Yep. And I said, yes, please.
And that started something.
Yep.
So I told Sarah, if a lot of people tune in, if a lot of people say that they want to see me in that, then I will go ahead and run the marathons as Crimson Jack.
And then I think it was David Vanderbilt who posted a picture of Crimson Jack along with his cohort,
Jolie,
who is a female who has a big bare midriff there. So it's time for me to do some sit-ups too if we're going to do those together.
That almost sounds like it's going to be fun now. So everyone tune in to Classic Marvel Star Wars Comics, our new spin-off show, which I'm very, very excited about.
Yeah.
All right, now let's get into things we want to share. Oh, you know what? Things we want to share is we're going to be going around Disneyland today, like we just said, and we're going to be visiting the Trials of the Jedi Temple.
Yeah.
Is that what it's called? That's the official name?
Trials of the Temple.
Trials of the Temple.
I think it's called Jedi Training Academy Trials of the Temple because Disneyland has to make names that are really, 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 really long.
Yeah, so we're going to be... So things we want to share will be spread out throughout the whole episode.
Yes, so we'll get back to things we want to share, but in the meantime, as we make our way to Disneyland, let's hear what our friends Bryce and Carly thought of their visit to Skellig Michael.
Good
now, I hope there's talk about puffins.
Oh, I doubt it, but you never know. This is good timing because now we're going to stop at the bank. One of the biggest mysteries surrounding The Force Awakens was, where's Luke Skywalker? Well, it wasn't until the last 2 minutes of the film that we got our answer, on the aquatic planet of Octu.
Our next guests recently visited Skellig Michael in Ireland, where this location was shot for The Force Awakens and where the crew returned not too long ago to shoot some top secret stuff for Episode 8. So let's see what this location was really like when we speak with Bryce and Carly Yelverton.
Hey, Bryce and Carly.
Hey, guys.
Hey, guys.
Thank you very much for joining us, and thank you very much for reaching out and letting us know that you took this awesome trip.
Yeah, it was one of the coolest experiences of our lives. I mean, still to this day, it's just unbelievable that we were ever there.
Wow. So you went before you saw The Force Awakens. Is that correct?
Right.
That's correct.
Okay. That's good to know.
Well, there's some dedication.
yeah.
But you know what? Let's take a couple of steps back. And we had met, the four of us had met at Paul Barry's Friends of the Magic meetup at Disneyland in the summer of 2014, right?
That's correct. And we had never listened to Skywalking Through Neverland. We met you guys, and we rode the train together, and you gave us a button, and that was it.
We've got to start listening to them.
Aww. Buttons go a long way.
Yeah.
They do. They do.
Yeah, I recall taking that selfie where one of us almost fell out of the train.
Yes. That was one of those epic selfies where we tried to get everyone involved. And we almost face planted probably where Star Wars Land will be now.
Oh, the circle is now complete then.
It is. It is.
Now, tell us about your Star Wars and Disney fandoms.
Well, it kind of started, man, when I was 7, my dad pulled out old VHS tape, and he said, have you ever seen Star Wars, Bryce? I was like, I don't know what Star Wars is. And it was A New Hope taped from HBO. And he put it in and we watched it that night, and I fell in love with the story and the characters. The next night we watched The Empire Strikes Back, and I literally, it's the most shocked I've ever been in my life when I found out that Darth Vader was Luke Skywalker's father. And then my dad told me that you see Darth Vader's face in Return of the Jedi, so I refused to watch it for the next 8 months.
Oh, wow.
But we finally watched that, and what's funny is, because it was recorded on HBO, something happened to the tape, and it actually cut out before the last scene, for the final moments where you see his face anyway. So it was
funny.
Oh my God.
You know what?
years later that I actually saw the whole thing. So
Wow.
That's the copyright police teaching you a lesson.
that's
Yeah.
right. Now this was, yeah, you're right. It's the copyright. But I've been a Disney fan since I was about 12 and just loved planning our trips. I got super into Imagineering and then met my wife Carly, and we actually went on our honeymoon, Disney cruise, land and sea voyage.
Yeah, I actually grew up just really, really loving Disney movies, and I'd seen all the Star Wars stuff. One thing I really enjoy is just movies and things that put you in a different world, per se, and so I really enjoy Star Wars along with other things that are similar to that. Disney is kind of similar in that aspect, where you get to go there and just kind of get away from life and just be in a whole new world and just kind of get out of, the everyday life that kind of makes it boring, I guess you could say. but Bryce and I really enjoy Disney together, and have enjoyed watching. Even before this last movie, we watched all of the Star Wars movies before we saw this last one together. So.
We watched it with my whole family, all 6 of us. It was my mom and dad, my sister, her husband, and the 2 of us, and we
could get together randomly throughout the week to try to watch all of them.
And we were there on opening night for The Force Awakens all together, and we saw it and we saw it on Christmas Day together. I think it's the only movie that my whole family has seen together twice.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah, we did the same thing. We saw The Force Awakens on Christmas night, and it's the only Star Wars movie I've ever seen on Christmas Day.
Yeah, exactly. And that was a big tradition with my family to go see a movie on Christmas Day. So, and this just kind of came full circle. And that's actually where we met you guys. We were doing the Adventures by Disney Hollywood backstage magic tour when we met you guys. We had just done that, and so we had been to Imagineering and we had been to Walt Disney's private apartment all during that week, and then we met you guys, and it just capped off the whole week.
Oh, wow. I don't know if we could compete with Imagineering and Walt's apartment.
That was pretty awesome.
Amazing.
Well, then again, they got a button.
Yeah, that's right.
What did they get at Walt's apartment?
Actually, we got a pin from Walt's apartment.
A pin.
Well, it's of when you visit Walt's apartment, you get a pin of the lamp that sits there that's lit all the time to say that he's always with us, and it glows in the dark. It was a pretty cool pin.
Yeah, but did Walt give you that pin personally, like Sarah and I gave you our button? Point made.
Yeah, you're right.
You guys really get around and within your fandom. That's kind of how Sarah and I do things. Whenever we go on vacation, it's always based around Disney or Star Wars. But
Yeah.
you two took it to a whole new level. Now, tell us about your trip to Ahch-To, which is the planet that Luke Skywalker lives on at the end of The Force Awakens, or as the Earthlings here call it, Skellig Michael.
Right. The trip to Ireland actually started with years ago. My parents wanted us all to go to Ireland together. We're a huge fan of Irish music and the culture.
And there's a family history there. Bryce's mom's family, she
that's
believes
right.
is from Northern Ireland, and so she always wanted to go and see where she was kind of from or where her family was from.
We were blessed this past summer to actually take that trip, and all 6 of us went together, met over in Dublin.
But Bryce and I went to Disneyland Paris first, of course.
Nice.
Stayed a few nights there. So
After we stayed a few nights in Paris and went to Disneyland Paris, we flew over to Dublin, met my family there, and we actually took a larger tour. It was an 8-day tour with a company called Vagabond Tours of Ireland, and they only get about 12 to 15 people on the tour, and they take you in a little small minivan bus type off-road. It's like an off-road minivan. And you go all around the country. And our tour was of the West Coast. So as we were looking up what sites we would see, it was unbeknownst to us till I was reading through the Rick Steves Guide to Ireland. And I read about Skellig Michael because I knew that was one of the options of our trip. And it said that this was a site for The Force Awakens. And I did not even know at the time. And when I read that, I pretty much like screamed that, guys, do you know that they filmed The Force Awakens here? And everyone was like, no. And we were like, yeah. So we were like, we had to do this because it was an extra add-on to the tour. And man, it was unbelievable to actually think, okay, we're going to actually go see where they filmed.
Wow.
Having no idea what they filmed there, who was there. And so that just started getting the theories going between us, just looking at the secret.
it was almost even more exciting not knowing what actually happened. You know, it happens there.
I mean, considering that what actually does, I mean, it's like
Yeah,
the pinnacle
right.
of the film. That's amazing.
Yeah, and actually one whole day of the tour is dedicated to visiting Skellig Michael because it is one of the only UNESCO sites, it's a World Heritage Site in Ireland. And they drop you off in Portmagee. We actually spent the night there. It's a little town on the west coast of Ireland that is their main business is taking little boat trips out to Skellig Michael of tourists.
Wow.
So we spent the night there, and
At Portmagee,
and the next morning is kind of a give and take. It depends on the weather.
Right. So we signed up for this boat tour. Unknowingly or not knowing if we would be able to go the next morning because it depends on the weather every time. So
I believe it was about 60 euros to go.
And they tell you to try to take a little lunch with you. So they have some local places that make a little packed lunch for you that you can buy. So we brought some food with us and got on the boat.
Then the tour is 8 hours with no bathroom.
Whoa.
There's no bathroom on the island.
All right, Sarah, you're out.
I know. Holy buckets.
and so you bring your lunch with you, and you get on this little bitty boat.
Boat, yeah.
I don't know what you call it.
I don't know, a little bitty skiff. I don't know.
Skiff sounds good.
Yeah.
There you go.
Tiny little boat.
And the trip they gave all these warnings. It's going to be rough seas because you're out in the Atlantic Ocean. Because the next stop from Skellig Michael is America.
Yeah.
Wow.
They have a sign before you even get on the boat that has all the cautions, caution, people die once they get on this boat, caution, and we're like, oh gosh, what have we gotten ourselves into?
All right, this is where Luke Skywalker stood. I'll risk it.
Yeah, right, exactly. And we're just from small town Mississippi, so this was huge. Being out in Europe in the first place, and we're just like, well, golly, I can't believe we're getting on this little boat. Gotta go out. So it was just an experience. And actually, my parents didn't go because they tell you there's 600 stone steps to get to the monastery that's on the island.
And there's not a rail, and so they're very like particular. Like if you have any ailments, if you are worried about falling, if you're unsteady, whatever, do not go on this tour. Like it's very they definitely try to make you not go.
Right.
You really second guess, and I actually was second guessing myself the whole time. And then I finally just said, there's no way that I can go all the way here to Ireland, have this opportunity, and not go to see where they filmed it. So we were just praying the night before, just let it be good weather, because the day before we went, they didn't go. The weather was so stormy, they couldn't let anybody go.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
600 steps.
I know. How long is the boat ride? That's what I want to know.
The boat ride's like an hour and a half.
Wow.
All the way out there. And I mean, you are going up and down like a roller coaster.
In other words, I took a nap because I was like, I've just got to sleep or else I'm going to throw up. So I took a nap.
It really was out in the middle of nowhere.
It really is. And it's shocking at how they even got their equipment to the island is what amazes me, because
I've seen behind the scenes footage, and it's all shot on an iPhone.
Oh, that's it then.
Yeah. But I do know that they had a helicopter pad, so like most of the actors and stuff was brought in by a helicopter.
Yes.
In the movie, I thought I could see Rey going 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way up the steps.
When you get to the island, what's interesting, there's two islands. There's Skellig Michael, or the Greater Skellig, and then there's Little Skellig. Little Skellig no one goes to because it is a huge seabird sanctuary. It's completely white due to the white birds and their excrement.
Oh.
Yeah, we were connecting the dots.
Yeah, you pass by that and you go up to the landing. The landing is actually just basically a staircase cut into the stone, and you have to jump from the boat up onto the small landing in the staircase and grab onto a chain as the boat is going up and down with you.
That's one of the main reasons why Bryce's mom did not come, and her dad, because they were like, can we make it onto that landing? Like, can we really risk it? Because you're up and down the whole time.
Yeah, wow. It was definitely precarious, and everyone's watching you, and it's anyway. We jumped, we made it. That's all that matters. And we walked up the stairs there, and there's basically almost like a man-made pathway, big enough to drive small vehicles or do some kind of I don't know, a wagon or things like that to pull up materials and things, and that's where the whole journey begins. Now, it was me and Carly, my sister Becca and her husband Griffin, and then another couple from our tour, Colleen and Donnie. It was the 6 of us from our tour group that were there, so we kind of banded together. You walk all the way around the island just about.
Well, before you walk on the island, they give you a safety demonstration trying to explain how to maneuver the stairs and explain to you how many people have died on the stairs and how difficult it is. And so they make sure that you know the significance and how dangerous it is before you even take the first step. So we all hyped ourselves up before we even ascended the stairs.
They have small trailers that people live in during the summer months there. Because what you don't realize from the film is that this is a big sanctuary for puffins.
Oh.
And the puffins, I know it was funny, but they're the most adorable bird I've ever seen.
They're like the tiniest little creatures, and they have like these noses that are similar to like a parrot. Mm-hmm. And they're so cute, and they're flying around everywhere. They build these little nests that are in the dirt. With like grass over them, and so all of a sudden you see like a little puffin head pop out from underneath you where you're walking.
Yeah,
and they're looking up at you and flying around. It's really adorable.
And I mean, there were thousands of them there, and the people that live there not only take care of the monastery that's there, but they also take care of the puffins and study them. So they were telling us, be very careful about them. You can step on them, you will hurt them. They nest here, and they also said last week we had people fall and break legs. So you will, injure yourself if you're not careful. And so after they scared us silly and we all needed to use the bathroom,
the bathroom.
I think I was the first person to start ascending the stairs, and you can see the kind of first staircase that you actually scale is where you first see Rey walking up the stairs with the green on her left and right.
Right.
Those are the stairs, kind of, I would say, less than halfway up.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about that because you had sent over some great pictures, and I'm looking at the picture right now where Rey was walking up the steps, and there's the Millennium Falcon parked down there. Now, that little landing doesn't look like it could hold a land speeder.
No, it doesn't.
What was that? Is that bigger than it looks here in the picture?
It's really not. And I remember seeing in the film, seeing the Millennium Falcon there, I said, I know exactly where that is.
We know where that is.
Yeah. So not that it was on the island, but I knew the exact point on the staircase because that was a pivotal turn where you could see out
You could see
behind
so
you.
much of the water and...
So then through digital effects, they had created a bigger landing platform. No, they said all practical effects. I'm so out of this. Okay, I'm back.
And it's been a couple of months since we were on that specific spot. So maybe, with the rock work, the Millennium Falcon could have been covering like the ledge. So it looked like bigger than it was, but like the backside of it could have. But it really wasn't that big, but I knew exactly where it was.
So this is like a big pivotal part of the movie. It must have been really hard to concentrate on it when you keep yelling, Carly, look, we were there. Bryce, look, we were standing right there.
Or we were like grasping each other, like holding on to each other's arms, like squeezing, like we were right there because that's the exact moment in the movie we were waiting for, like when we actually finally get to see Skellig. Like we finally get to see this island we went to, and so we were so excited to finally see it on the screen.
That's where we fell, and that's where we had to urinate, and this is where we had lunch.
Wanted to urinate.
Yeah.
Well, the ocean is right there.
Yeah, it is. It's you could just anyway. You couldn't miss. But the stairs were so slick, and you get halfway up, and it just opens up into this huge valley.
Yeah.
Just a big rock face on your left, and to the right, there's more stairs that lead up to the monastery. And so,
with these caution signs that say, if you ascend, it's like at your own risk because it's not for the general public to ascend to. But one of the places, like up to the actual part where the monasteries were, is where we actually went, and it was really beautiful up there.
Yeah, we made our way up to the final monastery, and actually, the 6 of us from our group were the first people there. So
it was like we were coming to this place like alone, like without any tourists. When you're the first ones there, like you feel like you're kind of exploring this island on your own.
Yeah.
And it just makes it more special.
And there was no tour guide there. There was no one that worked on the island there. It was just the 6 of us. When we get to the top, if you know the scene when Rey is walking and there's just kind of a rock face behind her that's made of stacked stones.
Yeah.
That is the entrance into the monastery.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you walk to her right is just the cliff is
Literally,
gone.
like,
I don't know how they
cliff and then
filmed
water.
that.
Wow.
I don't know how they filmed that shot straight on to her on the side, but you walk straight in front of her was a small stone door, and you walk in, and that is where the beehive huts are, which kind of look like stone igloos.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where she discovers, the evidence of someone living there. And we were there first. And so if you see in my pictures that I sent, there's no one around.
Yeah.
And then there's other pictures where you just have everybody,
There's
people
like
everywhere.
tons of people at one time at the end of our trip.
And now let's take a break talking with Skywalker's Bryce and Carly Yelverton about their trip to Skellig Michael to tell you about some awards that you should be voting on.
Perfect. Hey, I'm Blake Shelton, host of the Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards. And if you think that's big, wait till you see what we've got planned.
The stuffy old Oscars may be snubbing The Force Awakens, but the more important Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards, well, they're not.
Yeah, so go to nick.com/Kids Choice Awards and vote for Star Wars because they have favorite movie, The Force Awakens, favorite actor, John Boyega, favorite actress, Daisy Ridley, favorite video game, Disney Infinity, and favorite book, Star Wars Absolutely Everything You Need to Know, by our friends and fellow Skywalkers Adam Bray, Cole Horton, and Michael Kogi.
Now, there's a link on our Facebook page that breaks everything down and tells you exactly where to go to vote. The Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards airs Saturday, March 12th on Nickelodeon. No pressure, but if you don't vote, the Academy wins. Thank you, and may the Force be with you.
Boom! Told you it was going to be big.
On Nickelodeon.
As you can tell, we here at Skywalking Through Neverland are just a little miffed by the Academy's decision in not nominating The Force Awakens for the top 3 honors.
That's picture, actress, and actor.
But instead, they're selecting films that no one has seen or gross in their entire run what The Force Awakens makes in one afternoon. It feels like the Academy Awards is now just a farce. And that's where you come in, Skywalkers. We want your suggestions for the top Star Wars parodies. And there are so many to choose from the one that started it all, Hardware Wars, the recent Undercover Boss Starkiller Base, there's Family Guy specials,
SNL sketches,
loads of Simpsons,
fan films like Troops,
or TPZ,
Spaceballs, Weird Al songs, Robot Chicken, and the list goes on.
And on and on. So many to choose from.
Once we've gotten your suggestions by Monday, February 15th, we will then post the top 5 choices on our Facebook page and let you pick your favorite all-time Star Wars parody. So for further details, please check out our Facebook page, Skywalking Through Neverland.
Now get voting, and may the farce be with you.
And now we're back with Bryce and Carly Yelverton talking all about their trip to Skellig Michael.
So now, did you meet anybody who worked as a location scout or a location manager for The Force Awakens? Anyone who could tell you a little bit of something?
We didn't meet anyone that worked on the movie, but the woman that gave us the tour, she kind of just gathered everyone around and she told us the history of the island. So that she told us about the monastery, which is from the 6th century.
Wow.
And it's super old. And it was raided by Vikings. It was turned over to the state. They tried to put lighthouses on there later in life. And now it's just basically for tourism and for just being there
Puffins.
and preserving. Yeah,
Right, for the puffins.
and the puffins. And so she told us the whole history, and she never mentioned once The Force Awakens.
No, she kept talking about the puffins and
Stop it with the birds! Tell me about the Force!
And I'm just shaking. And so when she's done, I just walk up to her and I say, "Okay, so what can you tell us about Star Wars?"
And she rolls her eyes and is so annoyed and like so frustrated and just is like, oh, I wish that was not filmed here. Like, you know, it's going to bring so many people who are only coming here for Star Wars, not for the puffins and for the history of the island. And we're like, okay, can you tell us more about the movie?
She was...
Yeah, darn those prophets.
Yeah, right.
Keep the tourists and their money away from our island.
Yeah, exactly. Now, you know, I don't think they realize just how much this is going to improve the tourism there. It's not like it needed it anyway. It's literally one of the most amazing places I've ever seen, because the monastery, like we said, it's like at the top of the island.
Wow.
And you're like on the top of the world, and you'll look out and there's just water everywhere, and all you can see is the other small island.
The Little Skellig.
Little Skellig.
Island.
And other than that, I mean, it's just the fog was rolling in. You could see the weather moving. It was just beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I can see why they used it as a monastery. But we finally got some information out of her because, like we said, we didn't know anything about the movie. And I was very careful about spoilers. So I just couldn't be there and not ask questions. So I said, well, can you just tell me, you know, who was here, or, you know, what happened,
and
where they
what
filmed.
part of the island they filmed on, you know.
And she said, well, there was this young girl and then Mark Hamill. And I was like, I know it. This is where Luke is hiding out. That was my prediction from the beginning. And she said, yeah. And this was where I got kind of sad, because she said, yeah, the young woman, she just thought she was too good for everything. She wasn't going to be nice to us. She was just kind of treated us rough. She thought she was the best. But
basically, in her mind, once again, like, she was not there for the puffins or the island's history. She was there.
Yeah.
But she said Mark Hamill was the sweetest, most kindest person that she had there at the island, and that just kind of solidifies what I already thought about him.
Yeah, I think maybe Daisy Ridley was just saying to her, "Stop with the puffins. Don't care about the puffins."
Probably so. I tried not to have a bad taste, but then I just see Daisy Ridley in the movie. I'm like, oh, well, I think I'm in love anyway.
Well, you and the rest of the world.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Now, did you get a chance to see the spot where Rey approaches
That
Luke?
was my question.
So when I said, okay, so where did they film? And she told us that they did not film at the monastery, which in the movie they do.
Yeah, I was so surprised to see those huts in the film because we thought there was no way because of what she said.
I thought they were just going to go straight to some greenery part. And so she pointed down to the valley that we went when we were about halfway up. She said they filmed everything down there. So I was like, okay, great. So that's where they filmed. But I was kind of shocked that the monastery wasn't in it because it
beautiful.
looked so cool.
So cool.
So we did know, she did tell us that they were coming back in September and filming some more. So
A few
maybe
months after we were there.
right. So maybe they were doing the monastery scenes
Right.
during September, or maybe she was just mistaken and they actually had already filmed in the monastery without her knowing.
Yeah, if she wasn't there like a day that they filmed, perhaps. Who knows?
Well, she lives there.
Oh,
yeah, she
okay.
lives on the island.
So they have, I think it's 2 at a time that live
They
on
had
the
about
island.
they had about 3 or 4
But
little
they-
huts there.
Right. They have a few people that live there like during the summer
months, yeah.
And so like all day long every day to kind of
Yeah.
take care of it and the puffins. And
What's really cool is they said that they actually hike up to the monastery every night.
Wow.
And just look at the stars and everything. And I'm just, it's just so amazing. And I mean, it's kind of, I don't know how they do it without dying because those stairs really are slippery.
Just out of curiosity, what is the name of that tour guide? Because Sarah, if we ever go, I want to ask for her.
Yeah, I have no idea. I didn't ask her name.
Okay.
I didn't want to push her too far because I was already pushing her far enough. And I don't know why we were the only ones asking about Star Wars.
well, yeah, literally no one else there was asking about Star Wars. And Bryce kind of waited till she was by herself to like ask her instead of in front of everybody else.
Right.
Because you could tell she was annoyed already that people weren't there for the puffins. Like, I don't know.
And let me tell you, I said, well,
Get used to it, lady.
yeah. I said, well, are the puffins in the movie? And she said, no. They edited out all the puffins.
Oh, there you go. There's your answer right there.
There's
She's
the answer.
bitter.
Okay. It's a puffinless world.
Yes.
But there is a close up of Rey, and if you look out in the sky, you can see the puffins
Everywhere.
diving
Yeah.
and flying
Oh,
around.
wow.
So couldn't get them all. Those birds that are out there, those are the puffins. So we decided that we were going to walk back down, and we decided that we were going to eat our lunch where they filmed The Force Awakens. So we ate down in the area where Rey approaches Luke Skywalker.
And of course, Bryce took some posing pictures of him trying to use the Force.
We didn't get those pictures.
Oh, did I not send that? I thought I sent one of those. I sent. There's one of me and my brother-in-law.
Oh, you're
Griffin.
holding out.
Oh, nice.
I will send those to you when we're done recording
We're
here.
like, what if this looks just like the picture that's in the movie? Or
Right. We put our hoods up on our
Oh, wow.
jackets because it was cold, and we just put our hands out like we were using the Force. We didn't know where anybody was, and so
with an intense look in his eyes, of course.
right.
I just can't wait until all the fans now gather coming cosplaying to get those same shots and the same poses. It's going to drive this lady
Yes.
crazy.
Go bananas.
She really was.
Oh, that's going to be so awesome.
Oh, is the puffin in the shot? I'm sorry, we got to move the puffin.
And it's hard to because there are literally thousands and
Everywhere.
Wow.
and when they nest in the stairs, so when you're walking up, you'll turn to your right
And there's a puffin.
and there's a puffin directly in your face,
Yeah.
and just blinking at you.
On a daily basis, I say that.
Yeah.
There's a puffin in my face. Now, did she happen to tell you how Lucasfilm found this location?
They really didn't, and I don't know that answer. So I wish I knew why they chose that. Well, I know why they chose it because immediately when you get there, you realize the majestic nature of the area.
Right.
And if it's really going to be something like the first Jedi temple, you would go and look back in old monasteries and old temples and see what matches, or see what would fit there. I don't know.
Yeah, it makes sense because, I mean, these pictures and just seeing it on screen, it's like out of a different time.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I mean, the 6th century is, the 500s.
Yeah.
And these monks lived there and fished off the island.
And so many monks, they even said, like, died there because of medical issues, because there was no way for them to get back to land. Like, if the weather was bad, you really couldn't. And so you just had to be, which, of course, was a good way to be away from things and kind of it really be a sanctuary. But they made it sound really, it was kind of sad. A lot of these people who lived there couldn't get to medical help. It was a very special place.
What was also interesting is that they actually had an area on the other side of the island that Carly mentioned earlier that you could not go.
I mean, you could, but it was like up to you, like if you wanted to try or not.
And it didn't even have a walkway, but it was where the monks would go and fast and be alone, like their solitude. And it was like their own fortress of solitude up there that they had to climb ropes and chains to get up there. But speaking of death, I know that's a bad thing.
That's a good segue.
But I did send a picture of the cemetery that's at the monastery.
Yeah, we're looking at it right now.
Right. It has about, 10 or 12 tombstones facing each other. And that was actually up at the very highest point in the monastery. But where Luke is standing, where it looks like he's standing over a tombstone, was down in the lower valley area.
And we did not notice a tombstone there.
There was not a tombstone there.
Oh.
So I don't know if that was like added in or if we just missed it because we weren't really looking for a tombstone when we were down there, but we don't remember seeing it.
That's interesting. Because I think that maybe they put that in then.
But yeah.
That makes me think, because I know we were having discussions over whether that was a tombstone or not. And
Well,
you're
it looked
saying
like
yes.
a tombstone because it was in the shape of a little cross.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, what solidified it for me was that I didn't even notice the tombstone when the first viewing of The Force Awakens.
I did.
Because I was so excited about Luke being there. Because Luke's always been my favorite. I don't know, I guess that's cliche, but he's always been my favorite. And so I was just so glued on him. But the second time around, I said, oh, there's a tombstone there at the bottom, or at least that's what it looks like.
Like, why is he beside a tombstone?
Well, it's so blended in.
Yeah, right, exactly. But the reason that I thought, oh, that's a tombstone is because it looks exactly like the real ones that are up in the monastery.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So I was like, that matches. They got that from the top. So
it definitely looked just like the ones up. Yeah.
Oh boy, I was gonna tick that lady off. Hey, we're gonna borrow this tombstone. This is from monk. I don't know what's his name. Obi-Wan. I don't know. I can't pronounce it, but I'll bring it right back.
Right. So yeah, it was. The whole experience was just so amazing and fulfilling, and seeing it on the big screen. I mean, we all lost our minds sitting there. Because we were just like, we were there. We were there. And you can't say that about any of the Star Wars films, or we can't. We've never been to Tunisia.
And it was such a memorable experience for us. We were, right when we left, we were immediately like, we're so glad we did this. We were so glad we took the risk to go on the island because it was beautiful. And being there first, it was just a very solemn and special time for us, but also knowing that Star Wars was filmed there.
Yeah, and that you just happened to stumble on this.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I know. We're like looking through Rick Steves. What? This is filmed? This next film is filmed there? What?
Yeah, I think actually in the Rick Steves writes books about Europe, and that's what we used as our tour for Paris and for Ireland. And when it talked about Skellig Michael, it said, the Force is strong with the puffins.
Like, what?
And now it all makes sense.
Right. That there's been a disturbance in the Force because so many tourists are there.
I gotta write that down. That's a good title. The Force is strong with the puffins.
Yeah, it almost sounds like a breakfast cereal.
Well, and they even had T-shirts in the actual, in the.
They had a gift shop up there?
No, in the little town.
Disney does own this, doesn't it?
Yeah. In Port McGee, they had a gift shop with T-shirts that we're actually wearing right now.
Right now, it says Skellig Wars on it, and it has two puffins with Darth Vader in the middle.
Oh, can you guys take a picture of yourselves?
Yeah, I'll take a picture and send it.
Awesome.
The T-shirts said Skellig Wars. This got puffins on it, and one of the puffins has the Darth Vader
helmet
on.
Or helmet on. It's so funny.
In the last part of 2015, I think it was right around when the Force Awakens had opened, they went back to shoot some background plates and some stuff over there at Skellig Michael, but they said because of the conditions, they had to recreate the set over at Pinewood. I think that what they were referring to were all the birds.
Probably.
Yeah, because they said something about the indigenous birds or something to that. Now it all makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, someone get that puffin out of the shot. Is he photobombing again?
The helicopter flying around. I mean, it could have taken out 25 of them with one single second. Because they're
everywhere.
They really are dive bombing.
Wow.
So they are photo bombing everything. But and I'll try to send some pictures that we took of the puffins as well, so you can see those.
I would love that. Yeah.
It'll make your tour guide very happy.
I enjoyed the puffins. I will say they're very cute creatures.
I know. I remember learning about puffins in 3rd grade.
Right.
I don't know. They're so cute, but that's so cool.
This is something, Sarah, we're going to put on our bucket list. We've been to Elstree Studios. We've been to the Naboo Forest over in England.
Yeah, we've been to Death Valley.
Death Valley, where they shot a lot of the Tatooine pickup shots, but this has got to be on at the top of our list now.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to say that there's always rumors that they're going to shut it down to tourists and they're not going to let anybody out because it's so precious to everyone. But, I think this is just too big of a revenue draw to bring there. But I would say sooner rather than later.
Yeah, do it soon. Like, don't put it off because you don't want them to close it down and never be able to go.
Wow, that is great marketing.
I know.
Hey, guys, we're closing this down. Come now while you can.
Yeah, get out now.
Do you know, is it only open in the summer months?
I think so. They only do, I think in July and August, the price is a little more expensive, but I want to say that they only shut it down for a handful of months.
Yeah, it's only when it's really cold. And it's not like Ireland's, they don't have extreme winters. So I think it's only when it gets really cold.
Okay.
Or really windy during the winter months because of the wild Atlantic waters there. But if it's good weather, they're going to take you out there because they want boats full. Because when we were leaving, more boats were getting there. I mean, they were on a tight ship.
Wow.
So but again, we couldn't stop talking about how amazing it was. And we didn't even know what part of the movie it was in. And now that we see it, where it was in the movie and the film, now it just solidifies how amazing it was.
It'd be really cool to go back after the film too. Oh
yeah.
You'd actually know where everything was.
It's funny that they call this planet Ahch-To, almost like Act 2, which is going to be the main focus in Episode 8, that Luke is probably going to train Rey on that planet, which is Act 2.
Oh, Act 2.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I would have thought of that. Yeah.
This is why we got on the interview, to learn that right there.
Well, where do you go from here?
Wow.
Y'all are awesome.
I have no idea.
All right, Bryce and Carly, thank you very, very much for your amazing stories and sending over your great pictures. We've had so much fun looking at them as you're telling the stories. Now, if any of the Skywalkers out there have any more questions, how can they get a hold of you on social media?
Okay, so on social media, we're both on Facebook. Bryce Yelverton and Carly Yelverton. We're pretty friendly. But
we can tell by your accents.
Yeah, right. I mean, you got to love the Southern hospitality. But my form of social media is Twitter and Instagram. On Instagram, I'm Yelverto.
And I'm Carsty Yell, Carsteyel.
And I'm Yelverto, Yelverto.
Awesome.
And on Twitter, I'm just at Bryce Yelverton. And I tweet. I'm a tweet walker while I listen to the show, so some people have probably seen me say something.
Nice.
Yeah.
And we thank you for that.
Yeah. But you guys are great. We love the show, and thanks for doing what you do, and thanks for letting us be on here and tell our story, because let me tell you, I have told everybody I meet that says they like The Force Awakens, oh, well, let me show you this picture.
We're right there.
Boy,
So-
if we had known that you were going over there, we could have given you a few buttons to leave around Skellig Michael.
Yes, and we would have. I would have given one to our tour
We
guide.
could have given a bucket.
Oh, she would have loved that.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, you two. Well, we look forward to hooking up with you guys when you come back out here to the West Coast. And if you do, please let us know. You're really fun to hang out with, and one of the highlights of that 2014 Friends of the Magic meetup.
Absolutely, guys. We will let you know, and let us know if you're ever in Mississippi. We'll take you to get some deep fried pickles.
And fish.
Awesome.
And fried puffin. Wait, what?
Oh.
Things we want to share. Things we want to share. Things we want to share.
What we want to share now is our meetings with Boba Fett, Kylo Ren, and Chewbacca here at Disneyland. So let's dedicate this to those who may not get a chance to come out and meet them in person, so now you can live vicariously through us.
Have you guys seen Boba Fett yet? Not yet.
Last time I came, they told us no. We were on a lunch break.
A lunch break?
No.
Boba Fett on a lunch break? I think that's code for capturing Corellians. You saw the new Star Wars? You don't look 13. I'm not. You're 4. That's older than 13, so you were allowed in, huh? Yeah. Your brother's 7? And that's your sister? You know what? Can you ask her to do another Wookiee sound? That was funny. Did you Wookiee? You guys must have been practicing. That's a very good Wookiee sound. Oh, there you go. Where is Kylo Ren? Right over there? Okay.
I think so, yeah.
Do you know where you saw that chess table?
Yeah.
Where?
In the Millennium Falcon.
Oh, there you go. Point for this man.
Oh, wait, put it on.
How do you turn it on? It's not plugged in.
Yeah.
You just don't want to play Chewie with this.
No, yeah, you gotta get Phil Tippett to turn it on. I think you can play Minecraft on that too. Or Pac-Man. One of the two.
Uh-oh.
Well, yeah, I do say so myself.
No sudden moves.
Okay, those moves.
Can you do one landscape?
Yeah.
All right, ready? All right.
Yeah, we can't go like that. So.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Okay.
We'll take one more this way, though.
All right.
Got it. Perfect.
Thank you.
All right. Look out for these guys right over here. They're real troublemakers. All right, guys. I primed them for you.
Move aside.
Boba Fett just told us to beat it. All right. Take care. Sarah, we just met Boba Fett. Now we're going to go get in line for Kylo Ren. I'm very excited about this.
Ooh, wow, there's like no line.
All right, good deal.
Awesome.
Good deal. That's why we come on a Tuesday morning, because there's no line. All right, getting in line now to meet Kylo. Let's see what he's got to say. He's got a lot to answer for.
He does. He broke my heart.
He broke everybody's heart. Why are we even here? He's a monster.
Because we want to see what his mask looks like.
All right, good deal. Turn him to the light side.
Yeah.
The light side is calling.
That's a good idea, except I forgot my lightsaber today. This may be an issue.
Nah. All right. Oh, we were just told to proceed. Gotta go meet Kylo. Oh, we're walking through the bridge of a Star Destroyer right now.
Well, you both are the brave or foolish. We shall see which one they are. I don't know.
I don't even like my outfit.
Is he in a good mood today? Never. Oh, he just snuck up on us. Going to be Kylo Ren take 2. All right, we're getting in line again because the first time we got in line, just as we approached Kylo, someone called me and interrupted the recording.
Yeah, right as he was coming up.
Just as Kylo was approaching us, someone called, and they didn't even leave a message, so I don't know who it was, so I can't call him back and yell at him. Hey there.
They're brave and foolish.
Yeah, we are.
Hang out there for a moment, you two.
All right, thank you much. We're gonna keep circling around until he's in a good mood.
Oh, that's gonna be you here all day.
Yeah. Hey, we'll wait it out if he can. Did you guys go see Chewbacca?
Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
He's so furry.
Did you give him a big Wookiee hug?
Yes.
Was he as big as he thought he was gonna be?
Yeah, that's why I asked how tall he was. He was like a giant.
Yeah.
But very friendly.
Good. It's always
He's a young
important.
Wookiee though. It's not that old.
What?
He's a young Wookiee. The older Wookiees are 12 feet tall.
He enunciates more than I thought he would. Sometimes in the movie you can't really understand what he's saying, but here he's enunciating.
Right on the double lines again.
Why do they keep closing the door behind us?
Keep doing that. Scary. Oh boy.
Picking up where we left off.
Yes.
The phone is now in airplane mode, so no one will call us.
I hope you won't recognize that jacket. That would be unfortunate.
It'd be it would bring back a lot of really bad memories.
Yes.
You know what? If I'm not mistaken, I think it's Adam Driver in that outfit too. It sounds just like him.
It does. It's that red light again.
Yeah. Whenever you see a red light where Kylo Ren is, never a good sign.
No.
Never.
Oh, finished. Uh-oh, here he comes.
We're back, and this time I brought the girl. I know you don't like it when I bring the girl.
I need to watch you.
Okay.
I don't appreciate what you
Okay.
I don't appreciate what you did to Han Solo.
Oh. Now you made him upset.
I did.
You made him upset. Okay.
Oh.
Back up. It's okay.
Has brought you to me.
Oh, yes. I think it has.
Bring you to the dark side.
Oh.
Go to the light. The light's calling you. The light's calling you. He's getting angry.
Oh.
Proceed.
Oh. He says proceed. All right.
Hey, Mickey, can we go on where Kylo was smiling? He wasn't smiling at. Sorry.
Doesn't like you.
I'm gonna get my stuff. I'm going to leave. It's okay. Go to your happy place.
I bring BB-8.
Go to your happy
He
place.
shouldn't stay here with you.
He's getting really upset. I'm right out of here. Sorry. Beat me. No disrespect, Mr. Ren. Bye.
Hi.
Hey.
She looks nothing like Ray Charles.
Ray Charles. How'd this guy get in?
This is not the shop you're looking for.
Your buns, your BB-8.
No, because everything here is really expensive.
Did you meet Kylo Ren?
We did. He was not in a good mood.
Your pictures?
Yeah.
What happened?
I met Kylo Ren myself yesterday.
Uh-huh.
And I was next, and he came around the corner. I was like, oh, like I made a noise.
He's scary.
And he got right in my face.
I know.
And then he walked me over, and he was like, in my face, and he was like, you hear the whispers of the dark side. I'm like, no.
No,
like,
I don't.
He was like, I don't think you understand the consequences. Reconsider. I'm like, okay. And then we took the picture, and he was like, you will leave now. And I'm like, bye. Like, just like squeaking.
Aww.
Yeah, normally I like to hang around and see what's going on and chat with him. When he told me to leave, I left.
Yeah.
I didn't second guess that at all.
Yeah.
I opened the door and I left.
Always is great though.
Oh,
if you're
you
gonna,
gotta get
you
a
gotta
hug.
meet dark side and then meet light side because Chewbacca's hugs makes everything better.
Makes it all better.
Right now I'm feeling an aura of the shroud of the dark side, so I gotta go ahead and fix that.
Yeah.
Yeah, where is Chewie? I gotta.
Actually, you can come through here if you. This is probably faster. He's next to the dark side.
And don't worry, the shroud of the dark side is unraveling, so.
All right, good. I gotta get a dose of the good side now.
Yeah.
Chewie, we're coming. All right, so Sarah, share your experiences here about meeting Kylo Ren. That was kind of scary, wasn't it?
He gets in your face.
He does, and he doesn't back down.
No.
And he's pretty big too.
He is, and I disagree with Mousepire guys in that his head is too big. I thought it looked great.
I thought it was exactly proportionate.
So maybe we had a guy who, maybe Kylo Ren was more filled out, our Kylo Ren, than the one they met, perhaps. Not to say that there's different Kylo Rens.
No, there's only one. It's like Santa Claus.
Yeah, maybe he just ate a little more today.
Well, he was still in a bad mood though.
He was, yes. He was definitely not hangry.
And every once in a while, he would reach for his lightsaber, and I kind of got more scared.
Did he have his lightsaber?
He did, yeah, hanging on his hip.
Oh, but he should have used it. Oh, that'd have been cool.
Yeah, but I'm sure with all the insurance and the license and permits.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, you can't use it at Disneyland.
Okay.
They get a whole weapons policy here.
Yes.
You take it out, you get thrown out of the park. Not a good thing since he works here.
Uh-huh.
Doesn't look good on a resume.
No, it doesn't.
All right, so now we're gonna go and meet Chewbacca.
Yay.
And we'll share our experiences as we meet the Wookiee himself.
Yes.
Oh, and where's Chewie?
He's over here. This line, which is also really short.
Oh, nice. All right, gonna meet Chewie. All right, I actually do feel like I need a dose of the light side after meeting Kylo.
Hi.
Hello there.
Hey there, Daryl.
It's good to see you, Finn. Welcome
Good
back.
to see you. Thank you very much. Good to be back. Good to be back.
How was your mission?
Resistance.
Wait, where are you talking about resistance?
Oh.
This is the resistance.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but Finn is not necessarily part of the resistance. although
He's
I
learning.
guess
He's
you
still
are now.
growing right there. Yes. He's got some training to do, but I mean, he's a really good helper. Okay, tell us
I need you two to follow me this way.
All right, now, is this Chewie pre or post Force Awakens? Oh.
Post?
This is post Force Awakens for Chewie. All right.
Nice, Jack.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So this is Chewie post the Force Awakens.
Oh.
So we gotta cheer him up.
We gotta cheer him up.
How can we cheer Chewbacca up?
Big hugs.
Big hugs. Okay, good. Maybe if you went over there and rubbed his arm and tell him he was a very brave Wookiee.
Yes.
Okay.
Very brave.
Yes.
Oh, you must be very brave. No, I was practicing.
Okay, you're practicing. You gotta do it very convincingly.
Yes. Otherwise, he. Oh.
I heard him. I heard Chewie.
There he is. Still airplane?
Yes. Well, I love these hallways.
I know. So neat. It's like the resistant space.
Okay. Oh, we see Chewie. We see Chewie.
Oh, look at him.
I'm surprised more kids aren't afraid of this
Really?
Chewie. Yeah.
He's just furry. He looks like a big puppy.
I know, but look at these little tiny toddlers. They're loving him.
Look, your co-pilot is here.
Chewie! Oh, Wookiee hug! Wookiee hug! Oh! There's a Wookiee hug if I ever had one. Sorry about Han. I know. Did you? You didn't need. See, there you go. There we go. It's okay. Let it out. Okay. Yes, he is. He's in a better place.
You know, we'll all have to talk it out together.
All right, grab the resistance scanner first. Perfect.
And then with your device ready, 1, 2, and scanning.
Okay. Oh, there. Oh, what group hug?
Oh.
You wanna? Okay, yeah. Get the. Okay, Chewie, if you could look forward, we're replicating the publicity photo from 1977.
Oh, there you go. Okay, there we go. That's perfect.
All right, Chewie. Oh, big hug from Chewie. Chewie, give me a Death Star. Oh, Alderaan. Oh.
No, Death Star.
Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. One more time. Ready? And Death Star, and boom! After you and Han blow that to smithereens. There we go. All right, Chewie. You taking up enough of your time. We'll see you later on. May the Force be with you.
Bye, Chewie.
Hi, my friend.
He's kind of giving signals like he knew it. So,
The last time I was here, it sounded like that.
yeah, so we just met Chewie, and he kept looking me right in the eye like he was trying to tell me something.
Yeah.
Like we should know who he was.
I don't know. And the last time we were there to meet Chewie, he also gave me a special hug or was trying to. I don't know. I know. And he can't say anything.
Right.
Chewie does know us.
That's true. That is true. But Chewie,
I know.
All right. So if you are a Skywalker, you're hearing this, let us know because If I didn't know any better, I would have thought you were giving us some special signals like, hey, it's me.
Yeah. But so you can let us know by emailing so no one else can hear it. And that's share@skywalkingthroughneverland.com.
All right, Sarah, let's go see the Trials of the Jedi Temple. What is the name of this show again?
Jedi Training Academy, Trials of the Temple. We're going to go out this way.
All right, how come I can't get that? All right, so far, that is what we want to share. Until later. Now, I wanted a picture of Boba Fett as he's capturing me, so I wanted my hands behind my head, but they kept telling me I can't do that.
Yeah, you started putting your hands up. They're like, no.
Yeah, it's like, I guess with all this upheaval in the world, they don't want...
You know what, was Boba Fett carrying a rifle?
He was.
He was.
So it's...
Interesting.
Yeah, that's odd that they kept telling me I can't. They didn't tell me why.
Right.
They just said I couldn't.
Yeah, every time you started putting your arms up, which is like 4 times.
And they kept saying, no, you can't do that. It's like, well, tell me why I can't.
Yeah.
But there was a long line, and we wanted to get things moving.
Yeah.
But very, very, very fun, and we hadn't seen Boba Fett before, and it's interesting that we were always commenting that, we can get all these pictures at like a Comic-Con or Celebration.
Right.
Because they're just really nice costumes. But what they've done is inserted dialogue.
Right. And probably someone's pressing a button when it makes sense, maybe?
Yeah, well, I think the 8 or 9 lines are on a continuous loop, so the performer inside, he has an idea of what line's coming next, so he can gesture toward that line. Or even if he doesn't, he can always gesture as the line is coming up and just make that line work.
Yeah.
But Chewie, I was so impressed with Chewbacca.
I know.
Because not only was the Wookiee sound coming from him, but he had a fully articulated mouth.
Wow, these are stuff I don't notice. I just notice his fur and how furry he is.
I love costuming, and I love a good Wookiee, and I've never seen a fully articulated mouth.
All right, we have to go visit him again.
With acrylic teeth.
Oh.
Seeing how I used to make these kind of things?
Yeah.
They really stick out.
You notice that stuff.
Yeah, and I was just so impressed with that, because I think the first time we ever saw Chewbacca, in regards to the sounds, it was coming out of speakers overhead.
Okay.
So it's like, Chewie, what are you, a ventriloquist? So that was really, really interesting.
Yeah.
And Kylo Ren, wow.
He's scary.
Yeah.
He gets up in your face.
You know what? And I didn't even see his mouth move at all.
No. No, because it's behind the mask.
It is. So, Skywalkers, if you are able to come on out to the
Disneyland.
meet and greets, go and see them, because once again, like we were just saying, we were bypassing some of these because we thought we can see these costumes anytime at any Star Wars meet and greet, but no, not these particular ones.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Especially Chewbacca.
Yeah, and it's really neat the way they lead you into the room, and the room is themed as well. So I really like that. And Boba Fett, you don't always see. So he's sometimes in the cantina, sometimes not.
Right.
And I believe we did not do the meet and greets at the beginning when Launch Bay opened, because the lines were like 2 hours to see Chewbacca. And so today is Tuesday, and it's off season. And I don't think we had to wait 10 minutes for any of the characters.
And once again, make time to go see these characters, the aura from them and their set pieces. It's a must-see. So that's some of the things that we wanted to share with you, but we'll be back later on after we see the new Trials of the Temple show. We can tell you all about that. And now, let's hear from some of our Skywalkers.
Shout-outs, Skywalker shout-outs. Which Skywalkers get props from here in Neverland? Who was tweeted out? Shout out. Who was photobombed? Shout out. Who was shared a post? Shout out.
Okay, so our contest is still going on to win the Force Awakens Visual Dictionary, and one of the things you can do to get the most entries to win that book is to write an iTunes review. So we've had some new iTunes reviews, and it's pretty exciting.
That's very exciting.
So I want to thank Spear XXI, Neomorph8, and JustND1998 for writing some awesome reviews. Neomorph8 titles their review, "My longest running show on my personal podcast catcher." That's exciting. And they're also a Team Hoojib member, because they hashtag Team Hoojib in that review. But we did get a 2-star review from Ban. And we want to read it because we want to ask you, Skywalkers, if this sounds like us.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think they were okay.
Let's read it. So it is titled "Rough Around the Edges." All right. Now this is what he says, or she. Ban.
That's very interesting. Go on.
Ban says, while the hosts are enthusiastic about Disney and Star Wars,
That's very interesting. Go on.
I can't help but feel the podcast needs more polish.
That's very interesting. Go on.
Most segments often feel like filler, and their interviews are dull.
That's very interesting. Go on.
I feel like a typical response they give is, "Huh, how interesting."
Oh! Oh my good! I fell into that trap, didn't I?
Yes, you did. So that is their entire review.
You know what? Everyone is entitled to their opinion.
It's true.
After going through some of our interviews and asking some people, they couldn't figure that one out.
Yeah, did he accidentally write this review for a different show and put it on our show? Because I think our interviews are anything but dull.
That's just us, but Skywalkers, we want a reality check.
Yes, we do. So please tweet at us at SkywalkingPod. Let us know if Ban is right, and if so, well, we've got some work to do.
Huh? How interesting.
Oh man.
All right, so now let's hear some good news.
Yes. I'm going to switch gears on the shoutouts to our last episode, which was, of course, our new spin-off show, Classic Star Wars Marvel Comics. And we had some responses to it. So Randy Crane, he was responding to our question about light years being used in the comic.
Oh yeah, Randy had a situation with that because he didn't feel light year was a word that's used in Star Wars.
Randy
Martinez.
Yes.
But Randy Crane, this is his response to that.
Randy Crane cleared this up. He says, it's just another way to measure distance, like parsecs. It didn't bother him, apparently. A light year is the distance light travels in a year, 9.4607 times 1,012 kilometers.
Hold on.
Wait.
That's, according to my calculations, that's nearly 6 trillion miles.
That's right.
Okay, good.
And he goes on to say, incidentally, a parsec is 3.26 light years.
Hold on. That is 31 trillion kilometers or 19 trillion miles?
Okay, so 19 trillion miles, and a distance light travels in a year is 6 trillion miles. Wow.
Yep, you're right.
So the Kessel Run is about 39 light years.
30. Yep, 39. It checks out, Randy Crane. Thank you very much.
So technically, the Kessel Run would take 39 years?
39 light years.
Oh, but he's going past the speed of light, I hope?
Yes.
Who knows?
That would be a light year.
Okay.
All right, now, Randy Crane, you got to clear up what you just cleared up for Randy Martinez.
What does that mean in terms of how long it takes to do the Kessel Run? That's what I want to know.
Hold on, it says here we can do it in 6 hours.
What?
Well, we did the light side challenge in 4 hours.
Oh.
So if we do that in 4 hours, then we'll have bested Randy Crane's calculations of 6 hours. I'm trying.
Well, 4 plus 4 is 8.
Hold on. Wait.
I thought you were good at math.
Hold on. Ever since Siri and the calculator, you don't have to be good at math anymore. Hold on. Yep, you're right. The answer is 8.
Oh, okay.
Thank goodness for Radio Shack calculators.
I know. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, that kind of cleared up some things and confused some things, but that's okay. All right, so I want to tell you about a blog post that was written that included Skywalking Through Neverland. This was exciting.
This is very exciting.
Yeah, I woke up one morning and saw a tweet and a Facebook post, and it was by author and NPR reviewer Scott D. Southard. And he had written a blog post, 5 things I am into right now. And we are the first thing he's into, the podcast.
Wow.
I know. And
How exciting.
The other things he's into is a book, My Name is Lucy Barton, a TV show, Legends of Tomorrow, which actually looks fun.
Yeah, I keep hearing a lot about this.
Yeah, I think we should check it out. And a game, so Rock Band 4. Oh, and the X-Files, the new old TV show.
Glad we're on the top of that that list.
I know. So cool. So check out his blog post. I had posted it on Twitter and on Facebook.
Well, thank you once again. That really made our day.
And now, guess what it's time for?
The Skywalker of the Week. Week. Yes, Drew Kaplan, you are the one. Now, Drew is one of our new Long Beach friends who lives just down the street.
Yeah, he wanted to watch different Star Wars things with other Star Wars fans, like Star Wars Rebels.
So he invited us over last week to his lovely home.
Yeah.
And we talked Star Wars and Star Wars Rebels all night.
And watched the new episode.
Yeah.
Oh, it was really neat.
So thank you, Drew, and for inviting us into your home. You got to be the Skywalker of the Week, as composed by Rob Dellinger, the John Williams of podcasting. Too cute. And now, let's go skywalking on TV.
So many references to Star Wars and Disney on TV shows from sitcoms to reality. Skywalking on TV. Skywalking on TV today.
So Ewan McGregor was just on Jimmy Kimmel Live on January 28th, and he was talking about reprising his role as Obi-Wan Kenobi. This is very interesting because I hadn't heard him talk about reprising his role until now. So check this out.
Most people, by the way, don't know that you are, I learned this today, I didn't realize this, that you're in the...
Ex-heroin addict. Sorry.
In the new Star Wars movie.
Yes.
Which...
Yes.
How many people have seen that? Now, how many of you remember seeing you in the movie? Okay, now you...
they just really gave themselves away.
They're lying, yeah, you're lying. Because you're a voice in the movie.
Yes, I recorded a line for it. It was very late in the day. I'd been waiting for the call to come for 2 years.
Oh, really?
It's like, maybe they've lost my agent's phone number or something. And then I got a call just shortly before it was released by JJ, and he asked me to come in, and he said, I'd love you to be a part of it and love you to be in it. And there's a sequence where we can use a voice, like we hear Obi-Wan Kenobi's voice coming from the distant reaches of the Force, or wherever it does come from.
Okay.
And so I was like, yeah, I would love to be in it. I've just been waiting for your call. And I went in, and I was able to see some of it before anybody else had seen it, and I was very impressed. And yes, I recorded a line for it.
And they did a melding of your voice and Alec Guinness's voice.
The line is Ray. Hang on, I've got to try and channel him again.
Yeah.
Ray, these are your first steps. These are your first steps. But they got Alec Guinness to do Ray, which is extraordinary because he's not alive anymore. But they found...
JJ is really impressive, yeah.
Amazing what they can do these days. But they found, they got a line of him as Obi-Wan Kenobi saying afraid, and then they just cut the A and the D off it, and they got the Ray. And then they used that. So Alec Guinness is saying Ray, and then I say these are your first steps.
Now, he says that Obi-Wan's voice comes from the distant reaches of the forest. What could that mean? Hopefully they'll really flesh this out in the DVD, and they have to have a commentary explaining all of this because there's just so much to talk about.
Does anybody have any ideas, Skywalkers? Tweet at us at SkywalkingPod.
Now, let's turn our attention to something else that was just announced. More Star Wars on TV. Well, we don't have a clip just yet, but there is something big coming on Sunday, February 21st at 8 p.m.
Yay, this is what Yahoo News reported. Harrison Ford will be returning to the Star Wars franchise in a Disney special. Harrison Ford and Disney? Exciting. It's set to give audiences their first glimpse of the newly planned Star Wars land at Disneyland and Walt Disney World.
Boy, this just blew up. Harrison Ford returning?
I know. I love that they're using him to announce this. And it's going to be filmed at Disneyland. We have to check out when that filming date is.
Yeah, and ask why weren't we invited?
Well, they still may need to film it, but I'm excited because I think we'll finally get some, concrete details on Star Wars Land. So now the special that's airing on ABC on February 21st at 8/7 Central will be titled The Wonderful World of Disney.
Yeah, and they're going to be unveiling exclusive looks at plans for Star Wars Land.
Yeah.
Hopefully, they're going to tell us the name of this land, and not just Star Wars Land.
Yeah.
It's going to have something else, something more impactful.
Now, this is the first time I'm reading this. Ford will be joined by Emmy Award-winning Master of Ceremonies Derek Huff.
All right, stop right there.
He's going to make an awesome Master of Ceremonies.
Why is... Now, for those of you who don't know, Derek Huff is a dancer on Dancing with the Stars, but he's not a Master of Ceremonies.
But no, I think, remember his personality? Like, we actually saw him live.
Yeah.
And he was definitely hamming it up and, like, with the most outgoing of the dancers.
Yeah, but this is the first time he's, as far as I know, a Master of Ceremonies. So, you know
That's
what?
true.
We'll save all judgment. It's not someone who I would have chose. If they said the Master Dancer, I'm right there.
You know, he's branching out. In this day and age, you have to be a master of everything.
All right.
So, Master of Dancing, Master of Ceremonies, Derek Huff. And also, we'll have some more special guests. Sir Elton John.
Okay, he's making the rounds these days.
Yep. British pop star Jessie J.
Okay.
Josh Gad, who is, of course, Olaf in Frozen.
Now, Whitney Carson.
Yay!
From Dancing with the Stars.
Yep.
I can see that, sure.
I bet you can.
Yes, I can. Of course, she's going to be wearing her little fringes.
And the Los Angeles Philharmonic. Yay!
So we'll also be getting our first look at Star Wars Land. Now, technically, we got our first look at Disney D23 Expo. So what are they considering to be a first look?
I'm sure just more details, more concept art. Like more details of each ride. I know that they're talking about some kind of transportation system within Star Wars Land itself, which might have been cut, but they might be announcing this.
Right, well, the fact that they say that's a first look when we've already gotten that first look.
I don't think we really have gotten a first look. We've gotten an announcement and one piece of concept
We got some
art.
concept art, so maybe we'll see some like animatics.
Yeah.
Okay, that could be really interesting.
I don't think animatics, but maybe concept art of each ride.
Right, in an animatic form.
What does animatic mean?
It's like moving storyboards.
Yeah, I don't think we'll get that quite yet.
Okay.
I think concept art.
All right.
And maybe a look at some of the characters that
very
would be populating this world.
You know, whatever they give us, I'll be ecstatic with.
And a restaurant, like ideas,
the
concepts.
cantina.
Yeah, so I'm excited.
And the special will also feature tours of never-before-seen locations at Disneyland.
Including the Disneyland Dream Suite.
Okay, that doesn't really fit in the whole Star Wars theme, but...
No, it doesn't, but it's the Wonderful World of Disney special.
Okay.
They can do what they want.
So they're gonna wedge in that commercial.
Yes.
Now, Entertainment Weekly says that according to Disney CEO Bob Iger, Star Wars Land, and they've got to change that, will be operated by local inhabitants, making each experience deeply immersive. That excites me to no end. Nothing in the land will be out of character or stray from mythology.
Yay.
While no official date has been set for the launch of Star Wars Land, it's possible Harrison Ford could be announcing the timeline for the project soon.
That's right. Oh, duh. Along with more ideas and concept art, of course, a timeline would be most welcome.
Yeah, so stay tuned for details. Nice.
All right, now let's continue with things we want to share as we go over and see the new Trials of the Temple with the introduction of the seventh sister from Star Wars Rebels.
We've been waiting so long for this. So, Sarah, what did you think of the new Trials of the Temple show with the seventh sister?
Oh, we didn't get to see the seventh sister.
Again, she was a no-show. Well,
I know.
Well, to be on the fair side, the first time we were here to see her, it rained.
Thing was rained out.
It was rained out. So we came today specifically to share with the Skywalkers the new show featuring the seventh sister from Star Wars Rebels. Only they thought it'd be a good idea not to have her today.
I know. One thing I did find interesting, though, is that they had a kind of a new show in which they cut down the amount of time each kid was fighting the character. I found that interesting. And also that...
I get a theory on that because, what was it, like a month ago where some kid just went nuts, went whole dark side on Darth Vader and the Jedi Master?
I never saw that, actually.
Yeah, kid went nuts and started banging at his legs.
Oh,
So maybe that had something to do with the fact that they're taking away,
They cut out
cutting.
cut to the left leg, cut
Yes.
to the right leg.
So cutting of the below the waist
Right.
has been eliminated from the show.
Okay.
But they have a whole new set.
Yeah, they have a whole thing where they have the Jedi Master and then a Padawan. Was she a Padawan?
She was a Padawan, and is it me or were they calling her Ventress?
It sounded like Ventress to me, and it was kind of taking me out of it. I'm like, she looks nothing like Ventress. It's Mary Poppins and Bert!
It is Mary Poppins and Bert.
Poppins and Bert! Oh, we're walking through Disneyland right now.
And
Right by the Matterhorn, and it's Mary Poppins and Bert! Ah!
Hey, Bert! Hey, Mary!
Yay! It's a jolly holiday now!
NeverLand On Alderaan!
Aww.
But now, getting back to the Trials of the Temple, I love the new set because it really was a great-looking temple set.
Yeah. Oh, okay. You meant the set.
The set, yeah.
Yes, the set
so
design.
when the stage rose,
I like the fact that they put the temple set was like a set piece that the kids actually got to make rise. So like it was actually a part of the
Right.
scene. Oh, and there's the fairy godmother.
it is the fairy godmother.
Wow. Okay. Sorry, I keep getting distracted because we're walking here by
Or,
the castle.
or hold on, no, that's the fairy pod mother.
No, it's not the fairy pod.
Not our fairy pod mother, but a fairy pod mother. Yeah, so when the set rose, there was an actual little temple doorway, which I thought was really unique.
And they used nice smoke and stuff for when the bad guys came out.
Yeah, which was not the seventh sister.
No, but it was Darth Vader.
Darth Vader, who lost a lot of weight, a lot of body mass. And we saw Darth Maul. This guy was kicking.
Oh,
He was spinning his lightsaber like there was no tomorrow.
He was really cool.
Well, for him, maybe there was no tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's the things we want to share. What?
No, I had something more to add about the show. I found it interesting that instead of just the Jedi Master, who could either be female or male, they actually made it a show where you had the Jedi Master and then the Padawan.
So his
female.
Padawan.
Yeah. So it was male and female, and I wonder if they switch that around sometimes. But it was kind of nice because it brings both the male and female people together, or, male and female to it. Just like they're doing with Disney Infinity, where they have a playset with both male and female characters.
Right.
They kind of do this for the Jedi training. So I like that.
Once again, they kept calling her Ventress. That sounded like Ventress, and she was dressed more like a Krillian smuggler.
Yes, she was.
So interesting, but we'll have to report later on when we finally see the seventh sister.
Yes, we will.
All right, are we seeing a show over here now?
Yeah, I'm kind of... Tangled show is back.
Oh, are we seeing Tangled?
I don't know, maybe?
What time does it
It's
show?
at 4:45.
All right, so I guess we're gonna go see Tangled.
Best day ever!
So as we listen to this nice music, what do you say we head out of the park and head home?
I think that's a great idea. So, Skywalkers, let's wrap it up. And
we want to thank Bryce and Carly Yelverton for sharing all of their fantastic stories about Skellig Michael. And we want to thank you, Skywalkers, for coming back with us week in and week out.
yes, and if you want to get in touch with us during the week, we love that. So please tweet at us at SkywalkingPod. There's Han and Leia music. I love it. And also,
If you don't know, we're walking through Tomorrowland right now.
we are. Season of the Force going on right now.
Yep.
So also, you can find us on Facebook, Skywalking Through Neverland. You can also email us, share@skywalkingthroughneverland.com. And now, if you want to head to Disneyland and sport a lovely BB-8 Mickey Ears shirt, you can head to TeePublic. You can head to our website first, skywalkingthroughneverland.com, and click on the TeePublic link. And that will get you to our page where you can find all kinds of cool designs, including our logo, our BB-8 ears, our BB-8 seasonal Mickey ears.
And if Drew Kaplan goes there this week, what can he get?
He can get a Skywalker of the Week shirt.
Because he's the new Skywalker of the Week.
Aw.
And what does it take once again to be a Skywalker of the Week? Well, come on down and meet us somewhere at Disneyland or on the road or anywhere where we may be.
And also, we love it when you do the social media thing. So we are watching social media, and sometimes we'll pick someone from there who tweets at us or promotes us.
All
or
right.
puts us on a blog post.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Yeah.
All right, it's getting cold, it's getting dark. Let's head on out. So thank you, Skywalkers. And always remember,
NeverLand on Alderaan.
Some imagination, huh?
Let's get popcorn now. That smell. Awesome. Okay. All right. We are meh. Favorite actress? Favorite actress? Favorite actress? Daisy Ridley will be titled The Wonderful World of Disney, which I can't say.